I've got a real passion when it comes to customer service over the telephone. I can't just say how many places I've been frustrated by just bad customer service on the telephone. I'll give you an example. Last week, I had to book in a termite killer, and the company put me through to this really drab girl who told me that I had to pay $780 to get the termite people to come around to do the thing that they do. And I said, okay, thanks. I never spend that sort of money without getting another quote. So I rang up another company and I got another quote, and I actually saved myself $500.
Wow.
Yes.
But there's a listen straight up.
I know, just to ring around. But I think even if I had have come a little bit close to finding a mark that was the same as her price, I probably would have chosen another company because she just wasn't connecting with me on the telephone.
So did she sound not interested?
Yeah, really not interested. I think she probably was about 21. And I think when you're at 21, you've got the most beautiful voice. You can really connect with people. And yeah, I just had to hold my breath and I sort of hung up. But yeah, Belinda, you need to really create some sort of rapport with your caller because you're basically doing a face-to-face conversation.
Yeah, exactly.
So I ring a business and I say, can you come and put some stone in my driveway? Now, if that person is really polite over the telephone, then I know that they're probably going to be polite when they come to my house to do the stone work. But if they're really grumpy and stuff like that over the telephone, then I might just let my fingers do the walking and find somebody else. So that person's lost my custom straight away.
It's the first impression.
Yeah.
And you take that as an example of what their service might be like.
Absolutely. So also another one is if people don't stop what they're doing and actually talk to you on the telephone. So I ring up a gravel company and I say, I need 4 metres. And I can tell in the background that they're still driving or they're still serving somebody else. I think it really does make sense if you stop what you're doing and serve your customer over the telephone.
Does it work as well if they're starting to inquire more? So that if you were asking that question and someone said, well, tell me, is your driveway on a slope or,
Absolutely.
What sort of size gravel were you looking for? Is it likely to be affected by rainwater? Do you need heavier gravel rather than... So that already they're starting to empathise with you and say, okay, I hear where you're coming from.
It shows that they're listening and that they're actually taking control of that conversation, which is another telephone technique that people need to learn too. If I ring up somebody, I want to be guided through a process to the point, ideally, where I'm giving them my credit card over the phone because that's why I ring. I want the service. And if that person's going to turn around and say, oh, yeah, sounds like you need a bobcat to level it off first, then I go, oh, bingo, I didn't think of that. But you sound like you know what you're talking about and we can do business. They're in the business of selling gravel. They should know how to guide somebody through it. And then they're going to be a successful business. And that's what the KGB is all about, is networking and helping each other out so that we can make our businesses more successful. So I think if you're going to open up a business and go to the trouble of listing yourself in the telephone directory and putting it out there and doing business cards and all these sorts of things, then have a little look at your telephone technique. I would suggest to people that they ring themselves up and listen to their answering machine to see how clearly they're leaving their message for their callers and to see if they're instilling that confidence, and then to also listen to your answering machine and does it encourage your caller to leave a question or a message, something specific to your actual workplace. If you're a doctor, for example, you wouldn't ring people back. We'll put you on hold. But say you are doing gravel. That's something that will ring you back within 24 hours.